And we welcome you to CCSJ Men's Basketball here on the Heartland Sports Network. My name's Kyle Mathas. I'm joined by Mason Waters. And this one should be a pretty fun game here as the Calumet Crimson Wave hosts the St. Ambrose Bees. An earlier start today as both colleges on Thanksgiving break. 1 p.m. tip-off today. But Calumet, two-game win streak right now. Their first two games of the season. They beat East-West College and then beat Holy Cross. And St. Ambrose, meanwhile, just lost their last game against IU Northwest, but they beat Governor State as well. Mason, I want to bring you into this. A big game for both of these teams because they're both looking to start off conference play strong. What is your thoughts toward this game? Both of these teams, they don't score too much, but they can definitely get the offense going. They have some superstar players.
No, definitely, I agree. And it starts with Malik Petty for the Crimson Wave. Coming off the CCAC Conference Offensive Player of the Week. He's been absolutely electric so far. You want to get him going soon. And for St. Ambrose, you want to stop him soon, and you want to try and get on the Crimson Wave as much as you can early. Because if you can jump on them, the Crimson Wave tend to waver off sometimes. So, like I said, you want to start with the Crimson Wave. You want to get going early. And you got Quindarius Davis coming back as your sixth man. He was starting in the lineup, but he got taken out maybe for a fresh start. But Quindarius Davis is back, one of the best defenders you'll probably see in this conference today. Exactly.
Let's go through the starting lineups really quickly. We'll start with St. Ambrose, the visiting team. We'll go through the numbers and the starters. So number 10, Colin Wainscott gets the start. He's a junior from Oswego, Illinois. Number 14, Nolan Dietrich gets the start as well. He's the junior from Carthage. Number 20, Kieran Farrell, the senior from London, England, across the pond, gets the start as well. Number 24, Guillermo Narbona gets the start as well, junior from Spain. And then from Concordia, Argentina, number 25, Ignacio Dacunda gets the start as well. He's one of the best players on this team, offensively at least. And then for the Crimson Wave, number 0, Cooper Aiken, the transfer. And then number 3, Kyron Dock gets the start. It's good to see him back. He went up with a little bit of a limp against IU Northwest. Number 4, Malik Petty, the CCAC Offensive Player of the Week, gets the start. Number 11, Tylen Tolliver. And then number 25, no surprise, J. Caleb Slowensky. He's trying to go for some all-conference accolades this season. And immediately they start off with a pass inside. It's off the mark on the shot by Aiken.
No, J. Caleb was a big focal point for this Crimson Wave team last year, leading them to the best season in a long time here at Calumet College. So he's looking to recreate that here with a new team.
Exactly, 16-13 last season for Calumet. That jumper is off the mark. Rebound pulled in by St. Ambrose. They go with a jump shot from the left side, and it goes down for Narbona. 17.1 points per game. That's tied with Kakunda for the leading scorers on this team.
St. Ambrose is definitely coming off. They got a long road trip up here. I think about 4 hours coming from Davenport, Iowa.
Yeah.
So they're ready to come play today. They're coming to play angry, in my opinion.
Exactly, yeah. And they're coming off of a loss to IU Northwest, one of the teams that Calumet lost to. What a pass inside, and Petty gets it to go. Malik Petty, like I mentioned, CCAC Offensive Player of the Week this week. He scored 26 against Holy Cross in the last game, and he's averaged 20.3 points per game over his last 3 games last week. So he can definitely get things going in a heartbeat offensively.
Like I said before the game, as the lights went out, Malik Petty's the guy you want to get going early. Him and J. Caleb.
Inside, floater up, off the mark, rebound pulled down. It's on the ground. Looked like it would have been a jump ball, but it's touched last. That's by Petty, so it's going to stay here on this side of the court.
Wait for Petty to get that ball out there so he couldn't get a shot up for number 25, Ignacio Dacunda, the senior out of Argentina. And what I noticed about Ambrose before this game started, they got a lot of stuff overseas, a lot of guys overseas.
Exactly, and they're really, really talented. They've played at some high levels overseas as well.
I'm sure.
There's a turnover forced by Calumet, and they're going to try to bring it ahead here with Petty. Petty slows things down this season, 12.6 turnovers per game. By the way, for St. Ambrose, that's one of the best in the conference. There's a steal by
about
Narbona.
those turnovers right there.
Yeah. And Calumet, it's been a little bit of a struggle for them in terms of turnover. But they've done a pretty good job. Under 15 per game, just a little bit more. They did really good in the East-West game. That one is a block by Petty and Doc combining. And that went off of the leg of Dacunda. and out of bounds. It'll belong to CCSJ. Just 2 minutes into this game, it's not high scoring, but it's fast paced, kind of like we expected.
No, for sure. It's definitely been a high paced game so far. A lot of defense. You saw Ignacio DeCunda want that foul call there, but he didn't get it.
Exactly. The refs, at least in some of the home games that Calumet have played, they've been very lenient with some fouls. They've let them play physical for some of these CCAC
and I like that.
games.
We like that.
Driving it inside is Doc. It goes underneath, and I think he stepped on the baseline. It's going to be another turnover for Calumet. But I want to mention, Mason, it's so good to see Kyron Doc back because, like I mentioned, he had a little bit of a calf strain in that game against IUN. Didn't let him play for the remaining 8 minutes. They would have really loved to have him in that 3-point loss.
No, and I definitely agree because I sadly missed the game because I believe we had a game out of town for football, but I heard CCSJ ended up blowing the lead going into the second half, and then they just couldn't get the game back. So I'm sure not having Kyron was really an issue for them there.
Yeah, he's a huge leader on this team. Here's a jump shot by Slowinski. That one's off the mark. Aiken's great at rebounding, but can't pull that one in.
You want to get Aiken going early, too.
Yeah.
He's a very good defensive player. He can get you a lot of rebounds. He's the guy you want to get going early.
8.3 points per game, but where he thrives is the rebounds. 56 on the year for Aiken.
That's a guy you want in your lineup.
Yeah, definitely. Great transfer. Went to high school in the state of Washington, transferred from Highline College in Washington. That shot's off the mark, and look at who was there defensively. It was Aiken. Here's Kyron Doc.
There we go.
Kyron Doc flies in and gets himself going on the score column.
There we go. As we said, we need to get Kyron Doc going early, too, and that's one way to welcome him back to the starting lineup here.
Let's see how St. Ambrose responds here in a 4-4 tie. St. Ambrose averaging a solid number in points per game, 82.4 this season. Calumet, meanwhile, 71.4. So the Bees have the edge in the points per game category.
That's just a nice little lay in there.
Yeah, what a big play again by Narbona.
Narbona been a big issue for the Wave early here.
Yeah, and they're both, Narbona and DeCunda, both going to be big problems for this team. They both are top 10 in the conference in scoring as that jump shot off the mark from Slowinski. And he actually clapped his hands together. He's upset with himself because he knows he can get going, Slowinski.
Jay Caleb is, like I said, was a big focal point at center last year for this Crimson Wave team. So him coming back to be that leader and that leader in the starting lineup and the locker room is huge for Coach Hawkins and his staff this year.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Great defense by Calumet. They leave the top open. Three-pointer right wing. Off the mark.
That's just great defense.
Yeah,
there.
Great defense by Calumet.
And that's the name of the game with the Crimson Wave basketball. Even last year, that defense.
Aiken straight away firing for three. It's off the mark. Rebound pulled in by DeCunda. Who's also, in addition to being a great scorer, he's a great rebounder as well.
DeCunda is just an all-around great player here for the St. Ambrose Bees. And head coach Ray Slavin loves to have him here, and he's going to miss him next year.
Yeah, 43rd season, by the way, for Shavlin.
He's been in the game a very long time.
I mean, he has 730 total victories in his career at St. Ambrose. It's unbelievable.
My goodness. He just loved for the game.
Yeah.
And as we see, number 2, Quindarius Davis waiting to check in.
Good to have him back.
Exactly.
Here's Slowinski. Great defense underneath right there by Farrell. Jump shot left wing on the way. That was off the bank, but no good. Petty missed it. Offensive rebound by Slowinski. Three-pointer right wing. Ooh, big contact there for Petty. He looks to be okay, though.
That's good. You don't want Petty going out, especially early or at all.
Pass inside. Great deflection by Aiken.
I think that was a miscommunication there on the St. Ambrose Bees, but checking in now for the Crimson Wave, number 2, Quindarius Davis. As I said, you want to talk about defense on this team, you got to talk about Quindarius Q. Davis. He's the best defender, in my opinion, on this team, and even playing as his teammate in football was the best corner you're going to see in the country when it comes to sprint football in general.
Well, we'll talk a little bit more about him when we come back from this break. 14-17 to play in the first half. 6-4, St. Ambrose in the lead. We welcome you back after the under 15 timeout. 6-4, St. Ambrose in the lead. Slow scoring game so far in the first 6 minutes or so.
Very low scoring, very defensive game so far.
Kind of what we expected as flying to the rim. Great move by Wayne Scott. He gets his first 2 points of the game.
Colin Wayne Scott, a junior out of Oswego, Illinois. And he's 6'1", and he's starting at the guard position.
Slowinski pull-up jumper off the mark. Rebound inside. Great play. And then there's a foul. Great play by Quindarius Davis. You talked a little bit about him before the break, Mason. He is a huge addition to this team. He was, like you mentioned, playing on the football team. They missed him for the first couple weeks of the season because he was playing in the championship game, and now they have him back. And he was a huge sixth man for this team last year.
No, Quindarius Davis. You want to talk about a guy who's going to give you an all-around effort on the court, off the court, on the field, off the field. He's going to be your guy, especially when it comes to basketball. Defensively, he's going to shut your best player out. You want me to be honest? He's going to shut your best player out. And then rebounding, he's going to get you a lot of rebounds. You don't think with his size he can get you a lot of rebounds, but if you watch him on the field, he's the all-time interception leader in sprint football history with 16.
Yeah. Well, he gets the second free throw to go, so it's 8-5. Great defense as well. Davis is just hounding. I mean, that's that football mentality as well with that defense. Goes inside, Narbona.
Especially coming from one of the best defenses in the country.
Exactly. Swing it up top, Wayne Scott. They got 7 on the shot clock. St. Ambrose, they like to use the shot clock. Sometimes it hurts them a little bit. So that shot short. Great defense again from Calumet. One of the best teams in the conference in defensive production.
Got the ball running through Kyron Dock and Malik Petty here.
But look at the zone defense for St. Ambrose. Makes things difficult. Three-pointer on the way. Davis straight away and hits it.
Swishes it from, and that's big for the Wave to tie it here. I know, like we said, a low-scoring game, very defensive battle, so very much a defensive battle so far.
Going inside, St. Ambrose trying to respond. Great defense again from Calumet.
And if you like gritty defense and gritty game, this is your kind of basketball game right here.
Off the mark, another rebound by Aiken. That three-pointer, by the way, by Davis is brought to you by Tech Credit Union. They're the better option for your financial journey. Three-pointer on the way. Petty. Yes!
And the Wave are catching fire right now.
Malik Petty leads the way, 5 points. No surprise, he's one of the best offensive players on this squad. Not only, I guess, offensively either, but defensively. Him and Doc led the way with 26 and 21 points against Holy Cross, and that some would say upset win.
That's what I was going to say. A lot of people didn't expect them to go into Holy Cross and win like that, but they did. And now it's a huge momentum builder for the Crimson Wave as they start conference play.
Off the mark again, Davis grabs the rebound. They have numbers. Coming up limping behind the play is Wayne Scott. Davis goes inside, and he's fouled by Kevin Williams, by the way, who just checked into the game. So Colin Wayne Scott is limping.
Looks like number 41 went over to talk to one of the coaches. Here we go. We're going to have number 5, Solomon Garrison, the junior, checking out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, along with number 41, Nikos Kostos out of Greece. I hope I didn't butcher that. I apologize to his family.
Greece.
I apologize to his family if they are listening.
No, it's okay.
You're good, man.
He apologizing to us in front of the scorer's table for not sitting.
I thought he was going to talk to me about how I butchered his name, and I was going to apologize. But
Davis misses the first shot. I think it's Nikos Gerakostas.
Gerakostas. All right. I'm just going to call him Nikos.
Those Greek names are always tough to pronounce.
Oh, no, for sure.
But they have some of the coolest names. You can't lie.
They have some of the coolest names.
Second free throw goes down. So Davis is 2 for 4 from the line. We have another substitution here. So Ignacio Dacunda checked out for a little bit. He'll come in for Kieran Farrell.
Number 13 for the Crimson Wave, Abdullah Ba out of Chicago, Illinois, a grad student, checks in the game. A lot of older guys on this team, as you'll see for the Crimson Wave, especially last year.
Three-pointer on the way. Just checked into the game. Gerakostas. He can't get that one to fall. Here comes Davis, Quindarius Davis from the left wing. Off the mark, and you can tell he's trying to get himself going offensively because he knows he can. Here comes Dietrich, getting it inside here. Dacunda, spinning inside. Great move. Oh, he came up short. I think Ba was there defensively.
I was going to say, it looked like he might have got a hand on it, but Slowinski going to bring up the ball and pass it off to Doc here.
Well, 2 blocks for Ba in the game against Holy Cross, and he was one of the best players in blocking the ball in the junior college level last season from Prairie State. That's off the mark. Good defense, I guess. Davis wanted a foul.
Davis looking for the call.
Williams. Great defense by Calumet because Davis was slow getting back, but now he is back.
Almost got that steal there, leaving Garrison wide open, though.
Garrison for 3 off the mark. Slowinski with the rebound. Still a 4-point lead for Calumet. St. Ambrose has struggled so far for getting their offense going. 3-pointer on the way. Yes,
and that is
it's
drilled.
Good. Tylen Tolliver finally getting things going for himself offensively in this game. That 3-point basket is brought to you by Czech Credit Union.
No, the Wave coming out firing early when it comes to 3. I don't think they have a couple misses with the 3, but they've been pretty decent so far from the range.
Garacostas comes up short on the shot. Ba there defensively again. Here comes Tolliver.
Ba is all around the court defensively.
Tolliver drives baseline. Kicks it underneath. Ooh, and Davis.
And you see the frustration there on Quindarius' face.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble with that. We're at the under 10 timeout. 9:59 to play in the first half. What a start for Calumet. 15-8, they lead St. Ambrose. Be back after this. We welcome you back. 9:59 to play in the first half. Let's go through some of the scoring leaders for both teams. For Calumet, leading the way for them. Both of them with 5 points. Malik Petty and Quindarius Davis, who's had a good start coming in from playing football like we mentioned before. And then 4 points for Guillermo Narbona. That's it for St. Ambrose. They've struggled to get people going, shooting not only 3-pointers, but getting these going down in the paint.
And that's that Crimson Wave defense we've talked about all game. They're tough in the paint. They're not going to really let anything up.
I mean, they have 2 great big players down there, Slowinski and Ba.
Ba is a great defensive player. His length, he uses it to his advantage.
And finally, St. Ambrose gets one to go from beyond the arc. Kevin Williams hits the 3 from Maple Valley, Washington. So maybe Kevin Williams and Cooper Aiken know each other. Maybe they might have played against each other. They're both from the state of Washington.
Might have played each other again. Might have played each other in high school. But if you're St. Ambrose and Coach Ray Sullivan, that is what you want going right now. You want that 3 to get going right now.
St. Ambrose only 35% from 3-point land this season, so it hasn't been too pretty so far. What a shot, Tolliver.
Nice
through contact. Also, there's a little bit of contact there. And 3 players for Calumet have 5 points. Jump shot right away, off glass, off the mark from Wayne Scott. It's good to see, that was Williams.
Williams trying to get the offense going here.
Davis open for 3 in the left corner and knocks it down again.
Quindarius Davis off to a hot start.
He is really having himself a good start to this game so far. He's from Benton Harbor, Michigan. Played basketball, football, and baseball in high school, so he knows how to do it all.
Let me tell you, as I said, he's one of the best. He's probably the best DB in sprint history, but at practice when we're running scout quarterback with the DBs, he can sling that thing too.
What a nice move by Garacostas. Gets that one to go with the right hand. Tough move in between 2 defenders. 20-13. Calumet in the lead, but remember, they had the lead against IUN. So St. Ambrose, they're in a good position right now. They're just hanging in there, trying to get their offense going. Slowinski, fadeaway shot, and there it is. J. Caleb Slowinski finally getting on the scorer's column. It's good to see him getting in the scorer's column. He's averaging 16.7 points per game. That's leading the team.
I feel like when you're preparing for the Crimson Wave, you're really focusing on him and Malik Petty.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 threats you really got to focus on offensively.
Well, maybe St. Ambrose didn't expect Davis to be having such a good game.
I don't think
what
so
a
either.
Spin move inside
Especially coming
Dakunda.
Back. And I was talking to Quindarius, I want to say about a week ago, and he said he's got 1 more year of eligibility if he wants to come play basketball 1 more year.
I mean, he's playing like he does. He has a lot of talent, and if he still has a year to improve in what he's already doing, think about how great he can be.
Possibly getting that starting lineup next year. Maybe still use him as that 6th man.
Great move inside. Tolliver getting it to go.
Tolliver, after coming out of that media timeout, really getting things going now. We're seeing much more of an offensive game here.
Yeah, wow. I mean, for a team that averages just over 70 points per game in Calumet, they'd already have 24 here.
They came out firing today.
Yeah, great start for them. Garrison getting inside. Great defensive pressure by Ba once again.
That is great defense there by Ignacio. Coming down the court, trying to get him.
Wow, stepping right into a 3 is Petty. Ambitious,
Straight confidence right there.
But he has definitely proven that he can make those shots. So I don't think Coach Hawkins would be upset about that. Passing it inside. Open look. Great move. Fran Lopez.
Coach Hawkins going to call timeout, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay.
You.
Fran Lopez Alameda gets it to go. This is a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 24-17. So St. Ambrose staying alive. What have you seen so far, Mason, from them? So far you can tell they're starting to go into the paint more than keeping out with the three-point shots. They just haven't been working yet.
I was going to say, I feel like they're starting to abandon the three-point because it's not working for them early. They're shooting, from what we have, 25% from the field right now. And that's, at 4 for 16 in the first half, that's not great shooting from the field. But down low, they're seeing some success, especially now. They're starting to attack it more, and I'm sure that's what Coach Hawkins is going to talk about here in their huddle. But I'm also sure that's what Coach Ray Sovlin is going to talk about. Hey, we got him in the paint. Let's try and expand it now, maybe to the mid-range.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a chess match between these two coaches. Hawkins, 21st overall season coaching, 4th with Calumet.
And he's completely turned the culture around here.
And then Shovlin, 43rd season, like I mentioned. He's in the St. Ambrose Athletics Hall of Fame. He's led them to 10 NAIA tournament appearances and 1 Final Four. That shot off the mark by Davis. So it's going to be a matter of which coach can make the best adjustments for his team. It's kind of like a little bit like football.
Yeah.
Just make those adjustments as the game continues. And it's also really good to see Colin Wainscott back in the game.
Yeah, no.
He was coming up with a little bit of a limp
probably
earlier
just a stinger.
on. Yeah.
Maybe a knee to the thigh.
Possibly. It looked like it was a little bit of a leg injury. Great move inside. And again, they go to the paint.
As we're talking
about
that paint, they're going to start attacking it here, and they've been attacking it, and they're finding success right now.
Well, you wonder how Calumet, will they continue to go with the three-point shots, or will they try to attack the paint a little bit?
Yeah, they're finding success from the three-point range, so you maybe want to go a little bit here from that, trying to attack down low, and you do see there with Tylen Tolliver, but he doesn't find any success.
Rebound pulled in from the Bees.
And
they trail by 5.
And the momentum may be starting to go in the favor of St. Ambrose here.
Yeah, and I think Coach Hawkins tried to kind of negate the momentum a little bit. What a move again. What a finish. Takunda.
As we said there, Takunda, that is somebody you don't want to get going here if you're Calumet. And Ambrose coming back, making it a 3-point game here.
Yeah, so
very quickly.
The two leading scorers for St. Ambrose this season are leading the team right now in points. Slowinski getting inside. There it is.
Way to get that momentum a little bit back on your side.
Yeah, they might need to start going to him in the post a little bit. He's a great post player, and so is Abdullah Ba.
You see Kyron Dock about to check in along with Cooper Aiken.
Petty call for the foul. It's actually been a very clean game so far for Calumet. That's only their first foul. But we're under the 5-minute timeout. 4:39 to play in the first half. St. Ambrose hanging on. 26-21 lead for the Crimson Wave. We'll be back after this. Welcome you back. 26-21 lead. Let's take a look at this stat really quick. St. Ambrose, 14% from 3, 1 for 7. But when they're playing down in the paint and they're shooting field goals, they're nearly 42%.
So if you're Coach Ray Slavin, here, and you see that, what are you thinking? Just attack the paint in the mid-range right now.
Exactly. Three-pointer on the way, left side. So the three-point woes continue. 1 for 8 now. They fight for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession favoring the Bees. So Kyle Mathas here with Mason Waters here in Whiting. Tuesday before Thanksgiving. And Calumet leading it, looking for a 3-game win streak if they can win this one.
That'd be huge in starting off conference.
Exactly.
Number 55, Adams Billingsley, has checked in the game. A grad student out of Evansville, Indiana. The center standing at 6'9", the tallest player on this team.
Yeah. Hasn't actually played much this season yet. Only played in about a game.
I know he was dealing with some injuries when it comes to the foot, but there we go. If you're St. Ambrose fans, you want that 3 percentage to go up, and that is one way to do it. You bring it in a 2-point game here. Yeah,
Dietrich gets it. It goes another 2 for 9 from 3.
You hear Malik Petty calling out a play here.
Just a 2-point game. Honestly, the way Calumet's been playing, you'd imagine it would be a bigger lead for them, but it's only 2. As Petty kicks it underneath. Here's Billingsley getting inside, draws the foul.
There we go. If you're Adam Billingsley and Coach Hawkins, that's what you want right away, jumping in the game.
Well, in high school, he's from Evansville, He redshirted his first year of college, Billingsley, when he played at Oakland City University. Then he transferred to Northland College, and now he's here with CCSJ as a grad student. First free throw goes down. That's actually the first points of the season for Billingsley right there.
His nickname is Big Country from what I have heard in the trainer's office. His nickname is Big Country, and you hear the CCSJ Wave bench cheering him on.
They're getting hype over there. 1 for 2 from the line, but it brings it back up to a 3-point lead for Calumet with 3:45 to play in the first half. Really competitive first half. Kind of what we expected to see out of these two teams. They're right now separated by only one game in conference play. 1-1 for St. Ambrose, 1-2 for Calumet. And there's a jump shot getting it in for Narbona.
Narbona, again, that's somebody, again, you don't want to leave open, and we've continued to say that.
Yeah, he has 8 points, leads the team.
And that is a 1-point game.
Aiken underneath, doubled up.
Doc was open there, but Aiken couldn't get it out.
Petty, 3-pointer left wing. That one won't go. Aiken fights for the rebound. It falls to the Bees. They can push here with Almeida. Alameda kicks it over. Swing across, and the defense from Calumet, they're actually going to take an intentional foul there.
I've never seen that before. That's a first for me.
I'm not exactly sure. I mean, that was only their second foul, so they had a couple to give, but their defense was back. But they're going to take out Billingsley for the time being, and they're going to bring back in J. Caleb Slowinski, getting a little bit of a rest. He usually plays most of the game. Slowinski does.
Slowinski is like we keep saying, big part. And Coach Hawkins and this big coaching staff that he's got here for his teams.
Huge coaching staff. Really helps out a lot. That shot won't go. Great defense by Slowinski, who just checks back into the game. And here comes Quindarius Davis. Stripped. It went off his knee. And St. Ambrose forces another turnover. A great defensive play there from Dietrich. As we're going to see Ryan Kenny check into the game, the junior from Brother Rice, Chicago, Illinois. And he checks into the game. He's 6'7", 225.
Whew.
Unbelievable. And he's not even close to being the tallest player on the team. There's 3 players on this team that are 6'8".
That is a big man.
Yeah.
He's a very
This team is very tall, St. Ambrose.
Very hard coach team also.
Pick it up top for Dietrich.
Brings it back out.
Up top, a 3-pointer on the way, off the mark, rebounded by Doc.
And I want to give a shout out to somebody on this coaching staff, Coach Floyd Davis.
Yep.
He played here his whole college career, and now he's back coaching.
3-pointer on the way and converted by Petty, who has 8 points. And yeah, exactly. Floyd Davis, when they actually played East-West University, the last time they played East-West University, Coach Davis was playing for Calumet when they played them a couple years ago. Go ahead.
You want to talk about a guy who's going to go root for his players and fight for his players? That is a coach right there. Him and this whole coaching staff, they love their players, and they would do anything for them.
They do.
That is the culture shift here that Coach Hawkins has brought to Calumet College.
That's the 4th foul on St. Ambrose. They didn't really need, I mean, they're fighting for the rebound there, but Slowinski was fouled. They didn't really need to foul, and Calumet close to getting in the bonus here with 1:50 to play.
And if you're Coach Hawkins, you're really looking to draw that here.
Here's Doc. Gets it back up top. Tolliver swings it around. Aiken's open from the left side and hits the 3.
Aiken for the 3.
Calumet is shooting lights out from behind the arc. We have a couple of 3-pointers, and they're all brought to you by Tech Credit Union. They're the better option for your financial journey. They're shooting a lot better from 3 than St. Ambrose.
A lot better.
That's where they thrive.
It is a night and day difference when it comes to 3-point shooting with these two teams.
I mean, Calumet is actually shooting worse from 3 this season than St. Ambrose on the year. And St. Ambrose responds with a 3 of them from themselves.
Ryan Kenny. Ryan Kenny comes in the game and immediately gets that 3-pointer. That 225-pound frame definitely works to his advantage.
Played his whole career at St. Ambrose so far, Kenny. 3 seasons.
Aiken.
3-pointer, Aiken, yes!
What a response. He is catching fire right now with under a minute to go here.
What a first half. We have fireworks here in Whiting. We still have 45 seconds. A lot could happen here. It's a 7-point lead for Calumet, though. And here's Narbona. Kicks it up top. Dietrich spinning inside. Tripped. Oh, man.
We're going to get called for a trip.
Yeah. Tolliver called for the trip, but, man, it looked like Dietrich tripped over his own feet there.
I was going to say, you heard the Calumet bench not really like that call there.
Well, that's only their third foul. Nobody's in foul trouble for Calumet or St. Ambrose. The only player really you'd consider would be number 20, Kieran Farrell, who has 2 fouls, but he's honestly fine. It's been a pretty clean game
Not really chippy
in terms of
at all.
fouls.
Both teams have respect for each other. Both coaches, very veteran driving coaches. And great steal by Slowinski there.
Turnover, and Slowinski throws it just a little bit too far for Doc.
Heck of a catch by Coach Slavin over there. Just catching it just basically in stride over there. Wow.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't know, he actually played his collegiate basketball for St. Ambrose University.
So he's just St. Ambrose driven.
Yeah, exactly. And he also led his high school team to a state championship when he played high school.
He's
just a basketball. His blood bleeds. He just bleeds basketball.
And that is the kind of coach you want here.
Yeah. 8 seconds remaining.
You got
in the
8
half.
seconds to go. They got to get down the court.
Petty, Aiken, 2 seconds. Aiken inside at the buzzer, won't go. Doc's shot's not going to count, and that'll end the first half. What a first half. We'll come back at halftime with some thoughts, but 36-29 lead for Calumet, up by 7 points. Remember, they had the lead against IUN for the majority of the game. Can they hold the lead? We'll be back for some halftime thoughts shortly on the Heartland Sports Network.